My original idea started from my passion for languages and my study of language.
My original idea was to do vampire mythology.
My original idea was something to do with architecture, but after a while with talking to Mr. Brown, it started to develop more into skyscrapers.
We did a module in drama, and it was about theatre and education, so like teaching sort of young children through drama and through theatre. And like it was a unit that like I really enjoyed quite a lot. Like the whole creative process was a lot of fun. So I sort of wanted to explore that a bit more, and putting on a play is like quite a big thing. Like even in drama, you know, we work in a group. So I'd hoped to work with a partner for it, and it sort of developed from there. Like working with a partner, you know, we contributed ideas and eventually came up with a play based around university life and sort of dispelling any sort of, like, don't want to say rumours about it, but like things that maybe aren't true. So like, oh no, you're never going to be able to afford to go to university and that kind of thing. Things that people are worried about, we sort of wanted to dispel them, and it was like quite relevant to us because we'd like just sort of finished our UCAS applications and we were all sort of going through that process.
I wanted to develop student skills, language skills for the future, and I also wanted to promote language skills. I decided to get a group of students together and talk to them about my experience of language and to help them understand more about university and hopefully continuing languages at university level.
I wanted to go back to the original folklore and where it actually all developed from, but I realised that wasn't very good. So I moved on to do battlefield medicine through World War I, World War II and to Afghanistan today.
I enjoyed researching about it because you get to read up more and you get more knowledge about it.
I felt that the process wasn't as easy as I first thought. There's so many different elements to the project. There's the written element, there's the actual carrying the project out, that element of it as well.
Like going through the process, it was like quite, because I was working with a partner in creating this play, we sort of split the roles equally, and she ended up writing and directing it, and then I sort of produced and cast it. So for a lot of the project, I was sort of in the background. Like at the beginning of the project, obviously, you know, had to run auditions and things, and so I was there for that, but most of it was just her directing and getting the cast to do what they needed to do, really. So it was sort of like a big, like, mad rush at the end when suddenly, like, the play was on, and like as sort of producer, I then had to like rush in and make sure that everything was in place and okay for like the final production. So when it was finally over after that like huge rush at the end, it was just really nice.
When it was completed, just felt relieved it's all over.
It takes up a lot of your time, but it's well worth it in the end.
Because it was like an applied project, obviously you need to sort of learn to organise yourself and organise your time quite a lot, because you know you have to sort of work to a set deadline, and like it isn't like just handing in a paper that you can do in like 5 minutes the night before. It's you have to work for like months to achieve like your final thing. But time management was probably the big one for me, because sort of in the middle I'd originally sort of thought, oh no, it's fine, you know, I can just let my partner and do what she has to do and I can get away with not doing very much. And then it sort of like hit me a bit late on that, oh wait, I've got loads to do. So sort of like through trial and error, learned that time management was quite important, and I think it will be like quite important at university as well.
Next year, obviously, I'm going to do a joint English and French BA Honours degree, and then when I've done that, hopefully I'll pass that, and then I want to go into teaching. So this developed my teaching skills and boosted my confidence skills as well.
I think the main two skills were organisation and time management.
Time management, because you have to do the work for the EPQ and you also have to do the work for your other subjects, so you have to manage your time.
Also prioritise as well, because it was putting it around all my other subjects before revision and that kind of thing.
And also research skills, because you've got to find reliable sources and then plagiarism, so you've got to avoid that, so that's quite helpful.
Well, primarily, I think you should do it because basically you've got nothing to lose.
It's just something else to do, it's something for them to develop more into something that they might think as a possible career option.
It develops your organisational skills, it helps you become more mature, and also it obviously gives you extra UCAS points, which is a bonus.
I think mainly the reason I did it was for the points, which helps towards university, obviously the course that I want to go on to.
Well, the EPQ, like within itself, is like set away from the rest of your lessons. Whereas with your EPQ, you sort of have the freedom to choose to do whatever you want, and that could be about anything, like, you know, anything that you have an interest in.
But also it's just something extra to go onto your personal statement, something a little more to talk about, something that you've chosen to do yourself, and it just shows the universities that you're willing to do other stuff than just focus mainly on your subjects.
Really just to sort of keep on top of all like your paperwork and on top of like everything that you have to do, like set yourself sort of short-term goals, and then like by the end of it you'll hopefully be able to achieve like whatever you set out to do.
Stick with it, don't leave it till the last minute, and make sure you stay on top of all the work for that and everything else.
I would say plan ahead, be organised, get as much of the booklet and paperwork done as you can, because that can be a bit of a nightmare.
You need to choose a topic that you're really, really passionate about. You're writing, mine was a 5,000 word essay, and that's a lot of words, and you have to put so much time into it. If you're not committed or you don't like the project that you're actually doing, you're not going to end up with a good project at all.
And enjoy carrying out the project.